Get up, cat.
Is that a straight guy?
We know
No,
that.
can't
So,
be.
so
Can't
here we
be.
are. Here's my question: inbounds or out of bounds, right? So if a man identifies as a woman, is that inbounds or out of bounds? Is said man allowed to spar with women? Just about an hour ago, they were in the break room. One thing led to another, and they got to throwing hands. So, is that okay? Inbounds or out of bounds? That was a
Totally, totally out of bounds. By nature, we as men, we're stronger, bigger. You're gonna destroy a woman as you saw it. He's not right. I don't care if he wants to identify as a woman. It doesn't matter. He's wrong. It's not something. This is the problem with that. You could feel like you want to be a woman. That don't give you no right to punch on one, beat one up, because you're still a man. You
Well,
got
I tell you
testosterone.
what,
Real.
they can't have it both ways because I about guarantee you, the alphabet community most likely gonna say, if that big 275-pound 6'4" man when identifies a woman, then don't you dare question him. But now that big, what I'm saying, a person jumping on that girl, that woman, now it looks weird. So that's why I said shit's all cattywampus. You can't have it both ways. You can't say, oh, go ahead, be a girl's sister, man, but you can't jump on women because that's wrong because you a dude. You can't
Listen,
have it
man.
both ways.
I am not one of those dudes who feels like under no circumstance should a man put his hand on a woman. I do not agree with that. What the fuck soever. I'm not saying you got to be beating the shit out of women and all of that kind of stuff, but I feel like women do not take accountability for certain shit. They feel like they can say whatever they want to, punch you all up in your face, and because you're a man, they feel like you're not going to do shit back. Something else I tell my daughter: if you put your hands on a man, you want to punch him all up in his face, fuck up his clothes, his car, his whatever. There's going to be some men out there who are going to fuck you up, and that's just what the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're a woman does not give you. You should not have this mentality that somebody not gonna fuck you up, because that's just how the fuck it's gonna be. Look, if you're a woman and you spit in my fucking face, I'm gonna smack the shit out of you. I'm either gonna smack you or I'm gonna fucking choke you. Because that, like, what? Why should I just have to fucking? And I tell my daughter the same goddamn shit. Do not be so. Don't come crying to me and you didn't did X, Y, and Z to this man and he did whatever he did to you. I do not like the mentality of women feeling like they can do and say whatever they want to a man, and there should be no retaliation simply because he's a man. So that's my piece on that. Now, I'm not advocating for domestic violence or anything like that, but at the same time, when you know a man is bigger and stronger than you, why would you do something why would you do or say certain things to place this man in a position to have to put his hands on you? My homie Bobby, his mom used to tell us all the time, when a woman, punch you or start fighting you, she is now taking herself out of a woman's position and put herself in a man's.
I'm gonna tell you what my grandma told me. I'm gonna tell you what my mom told me. These are what these ladies taught me. She man enough to hit you, she man enough to get hit back. I got beat twice for not hitting a girl back when I was a kid. I'll never agree with that. I'll never agree with them. I'll never agree with not. I agree with what you said, bro.
Right, but like what my son is 10 years old. At that age, I try to tell him, listen, when a little girl want to hit you, whatever the case is, man, do your best to try to walk away from that situation. But as you get older, you know what I'm saying, I feel like you can you kind of rationalize things like, okay, this wasn't that bad. Yeah, you know what I mean? Okay, she threw a drink on me. Do I need to smack her because she threw a drink on me? You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? If she done motherfucking you sleeping and she done busted you in the head with the fucking lamp, you know what I'm saying? Like, or she attacking you with a knife, you got to do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? So again, I hate that mindset of,
man, I walked
no
into the house with
circumstance should a man put his hand on a woman. I do not like that.
What I would say. I hear what y'all saying. Here's what I would say. I don't agree. I don't agree with a man jumping on a woman. Me personally, I think I got my own take on that, but
Hey, can you hear me now?
yeah, I hear you now.
Yeah, my Wi-Fi was trying to kick in and shit. My bad, y'all.
Okay.
But what I was saying is, I walked into my house, 3 scratches underneath my right eye. My mom asked me what happened. I said, we was playing. Some girl got mad, and scratched me in the face. My mom asked me what I did. I said, nothing. Man, my mom clocked me so hard. I tell you what, I learned then, women are people too. And women kill people too. Never, ever will I let a woman put me in a position to where she's going to physically hurt me and I'm not going to respond. Because I
think you can
like
restrain women as well too, though. You know what I'm saying? That would be my probably my first instinct is to restrain her. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. I'm off rip. Sometimes you can restrain. Sometimes you can't.
Agreed.
Are
y'all
y'all
not always looking to restrain? I'm telling you that right now. If you physically harm me, you need to get physically harmed too.
So
wait, Willie, you say where we find these women at?
Yeah, where y'all finding these angry, brutish ass women at, man?
Hey,
I'm trying to
man,
kick on y'all ass.
I'm not saying that I run into women like this all the time, but I do run into disrespectful, aggressive ass women a lot. And I
tell you what, I ignore the hell out of them. Stay away from them. Don't even look at them. Don't even make eye contact.
But sometimes, all right, so when you're courting, you don't know these things until once y'all start dating and things like that. Sometimes.
I don't agree. I think there's certain conversations you have and you can kind of tell, you know, like she with the shit. You know what I'm saying? She one of these bitches who like to fight niggas.
I didn't say y'all was together. I said y'all was dating.
All right, Serge, real quick. I got 2 questions. First one, I heard what you're saying about, you know, you went home and your mom told you that, but as an adult, do you think your mom told you the right thing by telling you that? Was that
to protect myself?
No, about shit. Is there a better way she could have went about it and not told you to hit women? Was that sending a good message?
In my opinion, yes.
Okay.
And here's why. Because once again, men and women are both people who both can be physically harmed. Man can't just be physically harmed by just a man. You can be physically harmed by a woman too. So if you're going to physically harm a man because he physically harmed you, why would you make an exception just because she's a woman? You can still get killed. You can still end up with a black eye. You can still end up with everything that a man does to you. Now, should you allow a woman, if you can physically keep her from doing that, yeah, restrain her. But if you can't physically keep her from doing that, bro, by all means, go to blows. She took herself out of the female role, just like bro said.
You know what? And you know what? And there you go. That man, listen here. I feel as men, we stop putting an importance on physical ability and physical strength. I don't think as a man you should be in a position where some woman she didn't feel so comfortable trying to really fight you. She should fear the repercussions of swinging on you. And I think there's a lack of respect for women just to haul off and hit you. You know, seriously, like I said, I've had the baby mama drama earlier in my life. And so when you carry yourself and that energy just won't be around you. It just won't. I get Mike, when the last time a woman talked crazy to you, Mike?
Talk crazy to me?
Yeah.
Probably during my divorce 3 years ago.
Shit, mine was a couple days ago. My baby mom let me have it.
Well, here's what I was going to say to you real quick, Serge. I heard what you said about coming to blows. I mean, are men's egos so big and too much pride that they're just simply opposed to running away from a woman?
Not like as a leader, you're supposed to be able to diffuse a situation. as a leader. So men are supposed to be leaders, right? So we're supposed to be able to. Our first instinct should be to try and diffuse the situation. Like most of y'all said, walking away is a great way to diffuse the situation.
That will piss a woman off even more.
But if you got a woman that antagonizes and follows and walks behind you the whole time you trying to walk away and will chase you down and try and get in your face like, no, nigga did it. Bruh, what you gonna do then? You gonna keep walking away?
Man. Alone.
Hey, listen, I don't know if y'all know.
We're making this conversation way too more difficult.
There you go, Mike. What's your take on that video, Mike? Come in.
So, yeah, I'm gonna say it's inbounds by far. The reason for it is because I'm hearing everyone what you're saying, but we're conflating what's morally right versus what the actual civil law is. Equal rights also means equal lefts now. That's what you fought for, equality. So if you hit me, I have the right to strike your ass back. So, about this, restraint, that's what you can, that's on a moral standpoint, right? But what is actually law, equal rights means equal lefts. So you're gonna get left hooked if you're gonna get that ball. Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
Okay, I hear what y'all saying. So here we are. I agree with you.
I'll tell you what. Now, Mike, I feel you. Now at the same time, like I said, that was a big brother, and that's what always got to me. And maybe that's just my individual point of view. But I feel like I'm, too large in stature to be hitting on a woman. It's gonna look crazy. It's gonna look morally. It's gonna look wild as fuck. I just can't do it.
Willie, I got a question for you.
Does it look wild on her for being so little trying to hit a big man?
I was about to ask that.
She way out of bounds. She way out of line. Way out of line.
Men can't be so emotional. Here's what I say, right? Because, like Mike said, this is something for me more morally than it would be, like you said, by the law. If she did whatever to this man, and if the law says whatever. But here's my take. I don't know. If any of y'all have any experiences with domestic violence, but I do. Damn near every woman in my family deal with this shit. I dealt with this shit when I was a kid from my mama being around the shit. As a man, my sisters, I done had to fuck niggas up about this shit. It's documented. All right. So
before you go to, how do you feel when you have to go handle a situation and then your sister, your cousin, whatever, she in right back with him that night?
There we go. So here we are. I'm about to bring it full circle. So that was the younger me, right? That was the younger me. So that's why I said morally, I don't agree with hitting women. But to answer your question, that was the younger me. I tell my sisters all the time, don't call me with that bullshit. Now my mama, that's a different story.
Right, for sure.
I tell my sister because, like you said, we did all that, and she got domestic violence against her from her old man, and like I said, we took care of it. But then, like you said, you keep following this pattern of men, and it's like, oh, you ain't about to put me in the grave,
That's what I say, because people get killed.
So yeah, I don't practice that shit no more. Hell no, I don't practice that no more. But that's just part of me morally, because I grew up around this shit. And I just don't agree with men hitting women at all, because I wouldn't do it under any circumstances. And I got a daughter, and like you said, it's morally. So, and I just feel like I wouldn't, put myself in that situation. I would, like you said, I would go on the more end of restraining. I damn sure ain't punching no woman in the face. I would turn around and run like you say, both. I ain't squaring up with no woman. So
individual perspectives. Like Gavin said, what he saw, same thing. I saw my mom being abused. So that's in your brain. Like I refuse to be that guy. So like I said, it's a lot of individual point of views.
I understand you not coming home from work and you didn't had a bad day and you just gonna beat on your girl. That's terrible. You know what I'm saying? But when it's in the sense of, y'all having a little argument, whatever the case is, she catch you with a hook real fast. You ain't see, you know what I mean? And you kind of caught off guard. Now your eye and all swelled the fuck up and shit. You know what I mean? Because when you get punched in the face by anybody, what is your first reaction to be? What's your first reaction when you get
punched? Better swing. And
it's not, you're not even thinking of who it is. It's just a natural reaction from getting punched or any type of physical threat on you. Your natural reaction is to defend yourself.
Well, and this goes back to, again, being conditionally feminine. Because again, my experience with women that I marry are foreign women, and these concepts don't even come to mind. Like a woman wouldn't dare buck up. Like my wife's never bucked up to me, so it was
You've been
never.
married twice?
Yeah. So
are you married
never?
Right
no, I'm definitely single right now.
2 divorces,
Yeah, so the women that come from other countries just they don't buck up at all because they understand roles. They understand this is the leader.
Well,
of the
more
house.
than that, Mike, not to cut you off. You saying roles? Fuck all that. This is America. There ain't no laws in them countries. They get their ass kicked and ain't nobody going to jail. Shit is there's so we got these. They can't call the police. Here, motherfucker, call police. You're gonna get your ass fucked up and taken to jail. You fucking put your hands on her.
Right now, is it? I mean, men take the risk in that shit because you can. It's many situations where men will. It can be a domestic situation when the cops come to the house. And the first thing the cops do is already arrest the man, and he's the one that got his ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, in Pennsylvania, both of y'all, if there's marks on both of y'all going to jail.
Yeah, so I always advise because man, understanding, you would lose a lot more. It's not even your best. It's not even your best interest to get in that situation. So going back to what Gavin's point is, if you ever find yourself in that situation, you just got to dodge that shit because if the cops show up, they just gonna assume you the suspect anyway, man. So, and you don't want that shit having your record, bad rap. So, yeah, it just sucks. That's just unfortunately how.
Now, how do you feel about men who press charges against women for domestic abuse?
Hey, equal rights, man.
That's inbound. That's inbound.
Do we get clowned for that type? Look, I just put a PFA. I just put a PFA out on my shorty.
I wouldn't brag about it. I wouldn't make a Facebook post or no shit like that. But if it needs to be done, it needs to be done.
Again, it's all about mitigating risk, man. It's about mitigating risk. You got to do to protect you and yours, man. It's about mitigating risk when you're a man. So if you have to do so, now the reason why it's get clowned on because it's not customary to do so because it's the assumed perception that men supposed to just shoulder that, right? But nah, it's equality, civil rights, right? So if I have to go take steps or measures to protect myself, then I'm just gonna protect it because I'm all about mitigating risk anyway.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, somebody punch you in the face, your natural reaction is to react. But what we saw in that video, that was beyond excessive.
Yeah.
I just saw 2 women fighting. That's all.
Yeah, all right. So here's the last part. So I touched on that. Something none of us said. Now I was gonna touch on it. Wait for somebody. What about the men in the room? 9 times out of 10, that was a man holding that camera. So as a man sitting in that room, could you bear witness to that and be like, that ain't got nothing to do with me? I mean,
I'm gonna say it depends on the situation. All of them people in the room might have heard her say something crazy as fuck to him. Maybe she called him something,
sticks and stones.
Yeah, but depending, if that's a trans man or a gay man, and she says something along the lines that disrespects that part of him, or we don't know, maybe she got COVID and she coughed in his face. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? We don't have
that's justifiable for.
Some it might be. Like, look, I have medical conditions, bitch, and you didn't cough in my face and you just came back to work from COVID.
Okay.
Right. Also understand that you have to realize that women live in the privilege now to where she have protection by other men. So if you was in the store or Walmart or something like that, and you just saw a man hit a woman, the other men who are completely strangers will come to her protection. Right. So they get protection from men in general because of the privileged society we live in. So
and who's coming to our fucking defense when they see a woman beating our ass?
Nobody.
Not even other women.
Yeah, nobody.
But to touch on what you just said, Gav, sticks and stones, I disagree with that because abuse is abuse, and that's a lot of people in society want to minimize verbal and emotional abuse like it's not as detrimental as physical abuse. It's not,
Serge.
In my opinion, it is.
Somebody, so you call him a faggot, that justify him beating her ass like that?
No, it don't justify.
If a white woman
justification,
if a white woman said you fucking stupid black nigger, you just gonna be like, all right, baby, you got it, you cool. Or you gonna give her one of these.
So if a white man come up to you right now and call you a nigger, what?
No, not just a nigger. You stupid fucking black nigger. That's what she said to you.
If a white man came up to a black person and said that, what?
No, a white woman, not just a white person.
Okay, nobody run up on me. I don't give a damn if you run up on me and hand me a goddamn Valentine's Day card. You can't do that. So you can't just run up on me.
Not run up. See, what I'm saying is, what a white person calling a black person a nigger is verbal abuse. It's racism, but it's verbal abuse. They didn't do nothing physical to you.
I wouldn't really call it racism either, but go ahead.
They didn't do nothing physical to you, yet in our eyes, we're justified to hit that white person. That's the same thing. It's the same thing, bro.
I wouldn't do so. It's pointless.
Look, I know a lot of black people that hit white people because they've been called a nigger.
Well, yeah, I understand that, but also you're just proving them right because one, you're just signifying that you identify with that word he called you.
Exactly.
See, I look at it as you're really disrespecting the shit out of me. Not that I'm giving, I'm feeding into the nigger definition, but you're disrespecting the fuck out of me. You know what I'm saying? And you're doing it in front of a lot of people, and that's a problem. Now, I don't want to walk away from this situation, and now all of these other white folks feel like it's okay to just walk around and call Marcus a nigga.
Are we even surprised that white people use that? That's why it just rubs on our shoulders.
No, but I'm like, my thing is, if you're gonna say it, it's probably.
I didn't mean to go down this rabbit hole. I was just trying to use an analogy to show that verbal abuse can be just as detrimental as physical abuse.
I agree with that. I mean,
so to say that just because somebody verbally abuses you, you're not justified to do anything back. I disagree with that.
So are you talking about a pattern of verbal abuse, like over time, or just one
pattern? Story? I'm not talking about.
Here we are. So a pattern of abuse. You chose to stay there and accept that. That's different.
Exactly. What if it's from a parent who is verbally or mentally abusing you through life?
I understand that, but in this case, we're talking about a significant other. We don't have to stick around for that.
That's true.
So that's not the same, Serge.
Just like physical abuse, you don't have to stick around for that.
That is true too.
That woman had no choice but to stick around for that ass whooping. He wasn't letting her know. What you talking about? The fuck was she going?
She could have left.
Where? When he was finished?
No, we don't know who started that. I didn't.
I need to see that whole video.
Who swung the first? Who swung first? I don't think he swung first.
But once they get the fight, is what I'm saying. It's too late, sir. They fight. So
once they get the fight, see, that's what I'm saying. Once they get the fighting, lines is already crossed. She crossed the line first.
So, Gav, let me ask you: when is it ever justifiable to put your hands on the opposite sex?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure there's circumstances to defeat, not to try to beat somebody to a pulp. Like he was, you see what I'm saying? It's one thing to get a woman off of you, and
so you saying he should have once he got her.
I got nothing to prove trying to fucking beat no woman down.
See, we saw two different things, Gav. Because what I saw every time he threw her down, she was getting back up to try and go attack that nigga.
That's why I said it's two women fighting, man. Because I know grown men is when he quit her a woman, yo. I ain't throwing hands with no woman.
All right, so they're claiming to approach each other right now. All right, so look, see how she got back up? She's still approaching.
Beat his ass.
She beat. All right, she's on the ground again. He get up. Down. She's still. All right, now this is where he could have walked away a little bit, but at the same time, if he walks away now, is she still gonna? Is she gonna stop chasing?
But look, as I'm watching this video some more,
beat the brains out her heads. Is we really? Come on, man.
But look, Gab. Honestly, if you're really looking at this video and how big this dude was, to me it seems like he was holding back because he really could have caused her some damage if he really wanted to.
Oh, they're doing shit on her.
You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
As he should have. You see what I'm saying? It's a man.
Men don't fight like that. Men do not fight like that. That's not a men's
That's
stance.
true.
We
That's
don't
true.
throw hands like that. That's not. It's two women fighting.
And he
That's
was
a big
windmilling
brother.
at first, you know.
That's a big brother.
Huge.
But that's why I
I don't know,
feel like
man. I think it's
feel
so
like he
much
really
going on
wasn't
in the
trying to hurt him.
world. We gotta do a better job at at least trying to protect the sisters, God, and the babies. God damn. Now, I believe in that strongly, man. Like,
you got to protect yourself first, though.
yeah, if I was in the room, I probably would try to de-escalate it for sure. You know, before even got deers. What? So I think men need to, God damn, that should never happen, man.
So who would you have grabbed? You would have grabbed him or her?
I don't know. I just feel like
because you ain't just stepping in the middle of two people throwing blows. You got to grab somebody, or you're gonna get hit.
Because I don't believe in breaking up fights. I don't believe in that shit. So if they got to fighting, then it would have been over. But if I could have stepped in before all that, and try to be, resolute, and
yeah, it's really hard to try to break up fights, even between even two of your homies that's fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just
I ain't never gonna step in the middle of two men fighting.
Gonna come
I'll
out
be honest with you.
Y'all
gotta hash that out, bro.
People have been killed breaking up fights.
That's true. I don't break up fights, man, but I don't know, man. We might have to agree to disagree on this one because I'm gonna pull it up one last time, but what I seen, this shit crazy.
Yeah, see, I need more from the beginning to see how everything started, man.
But then somebody in the background will sound like a woman talking about hit him, beat his ass.
My final thoughts on this. This is for the LB. This is for the alphabet community to discuss.
He said he beat her braids out her.
Yeah, I don't know, man. We might have to do another show on this because we ain't gonna drag this out tonight. But
I would like to have more when you do it. Have some more women, dog, so they can give a perspective of, like Mike was saying. Y'all wanted to fight for equality so much, but y'all don't want to take the responsibility for when y'all start shit with a man and he end up beating your ass.
Exactly. Women are not ready for equality because they don't even understand. So a lot of feminism and all these equality talking points. If you ask a woman what the 19th Amendment is, 9 times out of 10 they don't even know, and it's to giving them the right to vote, right? So they want equal rights, but don't even know what the amendment is, right? And the only reason why they able to vote because it didn't come with responsibility. People don't know, especially women, that women always had the right to vote. Is that back in 1901 when they initiated it, is that voting came with responsibility. You had to join the selective service. You had to own land. You had to own a certain amount of property. So women said no because I'm staying at the house. The men go fight into wars. But now we have the 19th Amendment where they don't have to join the selective service. You don't have to own property. And now we got different standards in the military. Oh yes, I can vote now. So they don't even understand the 19th Amendment. So talk about equal rights. They have no clue. But get them on. The more educated they are, the more educated
That's a good.
The more educated they are, the more you find how delusional they are. So
that's true.
Yeah.
They don't even know what year equal rights was given to them.
Yeah, so as you played it the first time, I knew that wasn't a straight man from the get-go. And as Mike said, that's pretty much two women fighting. But at the same time, I think it's out of bounds. You never have a right to do that to anyone, whether it be a man or a woman. I'm against fighting or domestic violence, so I just didn't like it. And the person who was videoing it is just as bad.
Okay.
Hey, at my job, I had two shorties who was in a relationship, got into a serious domestic fight at work.
Damn.
2 women. They were in a relationship, but they was at work banging.
Well, I'm gonna drop a gem for y'all. This is actually data. Do you know what demographic is the leading cause of domestic violence?
Gay. No, I'm gonna let
you. Yeah, you hit it. Let's go.
The gay community.
Yep.
Yeah.
So 2 women fighting. Perfect.
Yeah, they both on their period at the same time. That ain't nothing about that natural. Fuck.